History is not just a collection of dates and facts, it's a living, breathing story that shapes our world today. From the ashes of World War II to the global pandemic of COVID-19, the past 80 years have been a whirlwind of change. We've seen triumphs and tragedies, breakthroughs and setbacks. Each event, each decade has left its mark on our present. Understanding this history is crucial. It helps us make sense of our current world. It shows us where we've been and hints at where we might be going. The choices made by our grandparents and parents echo in our lives today. Their struggles and victories are woven into the fabric of our society. So, let's dive in and explore the events that have shaped our modern world.
The 1960s exploded with change. It was a decade of revolution, cultural, social, and political. The civil rights movement reached new heights. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his "I Have a Dream" speech. The Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act were passed, but violence and backlash also increased. Assassinations rocked the nation, claiming King, Malcolm X, and both Kennedy brothers. The Vietnam War escalated, sparking massive protests. The anti-war movement grew, with young people at its forefront. The counterculture blossomed, challenging traditional values. Music, art, and fashion reflected this spirit of rebellion. The Beatles led the British invasion, changing popular music forever. Woodstock became a symbol of a generation. Women's liberation and gay rights movements gained strength. The modern environmental movement was born. The 1960s closed with a sense that anything was possible, for better or worse.
The 1970s opened in the shadow of the tumultuous 60s. The Vietnam War dragged on, sparking more protests. The Kent State shootings shocked the nation. Finally, in 1975, the war ended with the fall of Saigon. It left deep scars on American society. Veterans returned to a nation divided and often unwelcoming. The effects would be felt for generations. Political upheaval marked the decade. The Watergate scandal rocked America. President Nixon resigned in disgrace. Trust in government plummeted. Overseas, the Cold War continued. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan began a new chapter in global tensions. In Iran, the Islamic Revolution overthrew the Shah, leading to the hostage crisis. Economic troubles plagued much of the decade. The 1973 oil crisis led to long gas lines and economic shock. Stagflation, high inflation combined with slow growth, became a new economic headache. The 1970s were a time of challenge, but also of progress and change. The 1980s brought massive changes. Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher championed free market policies. The Cold War reached its final act. Mikhail Gorbachev introduced reforms in the Soviet Union. The Berlin Wall fell in 1989, symbolizing the end of an era. The world order was being reshaped before our eyes. Technology transformed daily life. Personal computers became common. The internet was born, though its impact was yet to be fully felt. Mobile phones appeared, bulky at first but rapidly evolving. MTV launched, changing how we consumed music. These innovations set the stage for the digital revolution to come. The 21st century opened with shock. The 9/11 attacks changed everything. The war on terror began, leading to long conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq. As we navigate this latest challenge, we draw on the lessons of our shared history, facing an uncertain future with resilience and hope.